In 3, 2, 1, and action. KBLP LLC, thank you all for rocking with me in the world of VladBrad. Finally, I'm back. I mean, you know what? The thing about it is this. I'm going to be bringing them like once a week or whatever. And definitely be bringing y'all videos. I have so much to discuss. I'm back and in full effect. So, I may not be able to bring the videos like I would like to on a regular basis, like every single day or whatever, because I have a life other than this. And, you know, definitely take care of business and doing what I have to do. Pretty much be responsible. But yeah, other than that, I gotta definitely bring you guys that full-fledged 100% USDA certified grade A awesome material. I gotta bring you guys that. So I'll be discussing a lot of subject matter, but before I discuss the subject matter, let me give you guys give you guys some more facts about me. Like, I'm gonna give you guys a critical fact about me. When I do something, or if I'm eating something, whatever it is, it has to be the best. Like, it has to be the absolute best. For example, if I get a pizza, right? Let's say I get a large pizza. If I get a large pizza, I have to have extra cheese, extra sausage, extra pepperoni. You see what I mean? It has to be deep dish. Like, that's how I eat my pizza, right? If I go to the gun range, I want to practice, it has to be fully automatic, magazine with the extendo clip. You see what I mean? It has to be the absolute best. Also, let's talk cannabis. For a quick second. Again, if I have, the best, absolute best, if I'm talking cannabis, it has to be King Cannabis. Has to be. You see what I mean? So, but last but not least, if, there's a million casters out there, if you will. People will listen to a million podcasts. Oh, let me choose a podcast to listen to. There's so many to choose from, right? But the thing is, here it goes again. With me and my best, I have to have the best. If I have to listen to a podcast, I have to be podcasted out, it's going to be KBLP LLC. Straight like that. KBLP LLC. Straight like that. It has to, like, everything I do or eat or whatever, it has to be the best. Like, that's just true. That's just what it is. I can go on and on about what I have to have as the best. I could do that like forever. The list can go on forever. The stuff that I like to eat, like to do, whatever it is. Games I like to play, whatever. Has to be the best. Has to be the most entertaining, etc. You guys get the picture. You guys get it. So, subject matter. I'm going to start off with, the subject matter I'm going to discuss with you guys. Some of it's going to be controversial. Some of it's going to be trendy topic, kind of trendy-ish like. But I'm going to discuss if you guys hear cars in the background, things zooming by or whatever, you hear noise, little whatever. I'm chilling on my porch, actually. I'm sitting back because I'm in Los Angeles, California. And the first thing you got to think, wow, he's in Los Angeles, sun, and the sunshine. He's out in the sunshine where stars and the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Oh my gosh, he's just doing it. That's so awesome. No. Let me give you guys. Let me clear something up real quick. It's raining out here. It's raining and it's cold. In Los Angeles, sunny Los Angeles, California, it's raining and cold right now as we speak, right now as I speak. So just let me clarify that right now. So, and I like the rain. I like being in the rain. I like the rain, it gives you tranquility. Like ever so often you get, it relaxes you. I like to look at the rain. So if you guys hear something in the background, like sound like whatever, it's probably rain. And then you hear cars go by ever so often. You hear that because, again, I'm on my porch. And cars are going by every now and then, So, subject matter. And here's the thing about this subject matter that I'm about to discuss. I'm not going to just focus on one topic. I'm going to focus on quite a few topics in my subject matter I'm going to discuss. But when I'm going towards the end of my podcast, that's when I'm going to discuss the trending subject matter that I'm really feel as though that I should definitely talk about. It's kind of trendy. Like, it's so cliche to be trendy. Like, really, dude? You being trendy? Like, who? Everyone's being trendy. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just giving my opinion on this particular subject matter because I think it's kind of important. And then I'm not going to give you guys any subject matter that I think you can't learn from or get some type of insight out of. You see what I mean? So, and if it reaches my ear, like I'm not going to go looking for the subject matter that's trending. Oh, let me go find it. Okay. Let me hit up Instagram. Let me hit up, Facebook. Let me hit up, Twitter. Let me go look for this subject matter that's trending. Okay. I got to find it. No, I'm not going to break my back looking for subject matter. Like it's not going to happen. If anything, if it reaches my ear, if it happened to reach my eardrums somehow, and if it captivates me, if it makes, I can't even snap my finger. Are you kidding me? Let me see. Can't even snap my fingers. I'm so cold. Anyway, so I'm going to do this and then I'm going to go in bed, lay down or whatever after I'm done with this. But, yeah, if it reaches my ears and if it's sound interesting to me, I'm definitely going to, I'm going to talk about it, so, every so often I'll be talking about, trending subject matter if it, reaches my ear. But anyway, again, before I say that, let me reiterate on what I was talking about, the podcast and everything else. Yeah, a bunch of these lame brain podcasting networks, whatever you call them, a bunch of lame brains is what they are. It don't get no better than KBLP, LLC. It don't get no better than that. It don't. So I'm just straight like that. I said it and it's the truth. And it is what it is. You see what I mean? So here we go. Here's the first thing I'm going to talk about. And I discussed this before, but now that I'm like, I got people who actually want to hear what I have to say, I'm going to get thorough with it. I can actually give my thorough, and this is something that agitates me. Like it agitates me. It's, pisses me off. Pisses me off. So I'm going to talk about it. And I hope you females, and this is for females, guys do this. I mean, I talked about this before, but not on my podcast, but I'm really going to discuss this in detail. And here's what it is. Social media whores is what you are. You guys are social media whores, you females. And this is what you do, right? You know how and again, this doesn't pertain to, YouTube really. I'm really talking about Instagram and Facebook when I say social media. Instagram and Facebook, straight up. These are the two I'm talking about. These particular social media platforms. And here's what happens. Here's exactly what happens. You get these females, right? All you guys see this. All you guys see it. Like, I'm sure if anybody with a Facebook that haven't been, anybody who has a Facebook who hasn't been living under a rock somewhere have seen this, and it annoys you just like it annoys me. But not only does it annoy you like it annoys me, there are some females who's going to listen to this, who's going to hear this, and they're the type of females that do, like, I can't really express how I really want to feel because I'm going to use a lot of profane language. I really do. But being to the fact I'm trying to be clean as I possibly can. You see what I mean? Because, you got the sponsors or whatever. I want to be as clean, so I don't want to, ruin that. But believe me, I'm trying to be as clean and as polite to the best of my ability. So, yeah, social media whores. Here's what they do. First they'll send you friend requests. They send you, you're like, you look at a chick, you're like, okay, cool. Maybe it's a Facebook group. Maybe she's in a Facebook group. And this is what they do. They bait you in. Like if you guys are in part of Facebook groups, and then don't even get me started on the admins. Like here's what they think. Let me go off the subject matter. I'm still on the subject matter, but I'm going to talk about the Facebook. You administrators, you Facebook administrators, you Facebook group administrators. Like, especially if it's a massive group, not even that massive, right? What they do, they feel super duper important, right? I was in line. True story. I was I believe at a Walmart. You know what I mean? I think I was buying some gym shorts, maybe. I don't know. So anyway, we both got in the line, me and some chick who's gotten a line. Almost, I barely beat her in the line. Barely beat her. Just barely. And see, here's the thing about me. I'm gonna tell you the thing about Zach Morrison. Straight up, like, you know how most dudes they cater to these females and especially if she have let's say she got like a little bit of booty about her, or let's say she's vaguely pretty so let's say she's stereotypically pretty. This what you guys do. I'm letting you guys have it too. This dudes, you guys are the first ones to like, oh, would you like cuts in line? You go for it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you're laughing. You're trying to get your flirt in, knowing you're not going to ever get a crack at her. But what it is, oh, yeah, here, go in line first. Go ahead of me. Go ahead of me. Of course. Yeah. And you're laughing. You're joking. Oh, thank you. Oh, my gosh. You're so nice. You let me have cuts in line. Oh, that is so nice of you. You know, and you guys are suckers. You guys are suckers. But anyway, I'm far from a sucker. Far from it. Like, I cut a female off real quick. You see what I mean? I'm not the one. Because I know they probably got a dude at home, you know what I mean? And if you really try to get her number, ask for a number. Yeah, you know, and see what she says then. After you give her cuts in line, or don't even give her, first say, okay, I think I'm attracted to you. Just be real with, I'm attracted to you. Can I have your phone number? Oh, no, I have a man. Okay, you're not getting in line. You're not cutting me in line. Get in the back of the, straight up. You see what I mean? Don't do something for nothing. You see what I mean? Don't be a pansy. Don't be a wuss. Don't be a sucker. I'm going to tell you about suckers. Suckers get licked. Remember that. Suckers get licked. Anyway, the chick, back to the subject matter. We both get to the line. I barely make it. And so she asked me, oh, do you mind? Look, I'll only have a few items. And do you mind letting me go first? I said, yeah, I do mind actually. And by me saying I do mind, I'm saying that I'm not going to let you go first. I have more items than you have, but I'm going to go first. I was here first. And then she's to a certain degree, she said, oh my, I dare you not let me. Do you know who I am? I'm like, oh, she must be somebody important. Who are you? I'm a Facebook admin. Like, really? I'm a Facebook admin in the group. And, I said, you know how stupid you sound right now? Like, for real? But whatever. Basically, that's what she said. And, it's safe to say I didn't give her cuts in line. And, yeah, that's, I'm not a sucker for these females. I don't do that. Like, straight up. Okay, now back to the social media horrorness that I was talking about. They send you these fan requests. First, a lot of times they be in these groups. They be in these Facebook groups and everything else. When they're in the Facebook groups, what they do is they do this. They say, okay, since he's in the same group, let me send him a friend request. Or, so him or in like, they'll send you a friend request. They'll send you get the friend request. They go, okay, cool. She's in the group that I'm in. Let me accept her request. Accept. You hit the accept button. So you accept their friend request. And here's what happens. But this is just one scenario in terms of how you guys end up friends with these kind of chicks. You accept their friend requests. And here's what happened after you accept them. They start uploading. Like every single day, they take a bunch of pictures. Every day, they take a gazillion pictures. Like say if you go on your Facebook, you're scrolling and everything else, you see a bunch of pictures of them. And what they do, they take a bunch of headshots. Cause here's the thing. They use a bunch of what you call those things. They use, Photoshop. They Photoshop their pictures and everything. And, they don't look like what they actually like. They do a bunch of what you call those filters. Filters are what I'm looking for. They do a bunch of filters. So they filter the pictures up, and you're like all these pictures. Like you scrolling and you're looking at your timeline. You're looking at not necessarily your personal timeline. You know how Facebook works. You just go randomly look and you see a bunch of pictures of them, and you're like, wow, take so many pictures, and that's what they do, And it's like you're looking at it and it gets annoying. Okay, again, like I said, there's nothing wrong with taking pictures. You take the pictures, fine. You guys are mostly guys are like what you call you guys are cloud chasers anyway. You're chasing cloud. You want to take the pictures. You want a social media whore. That's fine, but just don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. You see what I mean? What I do, I delete them. Like I delete them straight up. Like if I see a bunch of pictures that a female take, I say, oh, she's gone. Delete, block. You see what I mean? Like I'm not the one. But let me tell you this. See, again, I discussed this topic, but I didn't really get to expound on it. I didn't get to expound on it because I didn't get to talk about it in my in my podcast. So now I can really go in complete detail how I feel about that on my podcast. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm really discussing how I feel how I feel about this. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm discussing something that's disgusting, if you will. Yeah, there you go. So yeah. So after, they take a bunch of pictures, a lot of times they're headshots, rarely body shots. And here's what you get. they check their notifications. Like okay, let me look the notifications. Let me scroll down. Look, oh, let me see how many likes I got. Okay, let me see how many hearts I got. Oh, okay, and they're addicted to. Okay, let me look. Okay, my hearts, my likes, my hearts, likes. Let me look. Okay, look, I got a bunch of hearts. I got a bunch of likes. Okay, cool. I need to take more. Okay, this was right. Let me do more. Like they're addicted to it. It's like again. I did, if you Google it or whatever, it's been researched that it releases endorphins in the mind. These whores become addicted to it, and it's like it's something that they can't help. But see, I'm not gonna help with your addiction. Like me, I'm not the one. I'm not going to supply your addiction, and I'm gonna tell you who supplies their addictions other than hearts and likes. You get these losers that be in their comment sections, and there's guys who's probably going to listen to this. I hope I'm offending you. If you chicks and you guys, I'm hoping I'm offending all of you, because if you're not one of these chicks, if you're not one of these guys, then you don't be offended. But if you are one of these chicks, you are one of these guys, then by all means be offended. Okay, here it goes. You get these guys in the comment section, and I'm gonna keep it so raw, 100% real with you. It's like straight up. You get these. You get a bunch of older guys. A lot of times, these older black dudes, older Hispanic dudes. Rarely get old white men, but a bunch of old men. Leaving comments. Oh yeah, you look good. Yeah, you looking good. You looking good. You looking real good, young lady. You're very beautiful. Very luscious. You're very gorgeous. You're everything under the sun. Like you're a goddess. You're a goddess. Like, oh, you get them old men to say, and then you get the flirtatious. Every so often you get a young dude, but here's what you get. You get the foreigners, right? You get a bunch of the foreigners. The guy, they barely speak in English. They're trying to use. They're like, okay, you get like some foreigner from Africa somewhere, from Saudi Arabia, from some Hindu guy, whatever. They be in the comment sections too. The weirdos. I'm putting all the weirdos on blast. Yes, yes, you look very good for me. No, you look. You very, very nice for me. Look, eyes. Like they can't even put together an English sentence because they don't even know what to say really, but they're trying to communicate with the chick and hoping they get a crack at them. But really, they're not going to get a crack at the chicks. They just, you know what you got? And wait, let me do more. I almost forgot. Then you get the dudes who want the flirtatious guys. You get yeah, what's up, baby? Oh, hell yeah. You looking damn good, girl. You look good. You know what I'm saying? I would love to. We definitely gonna connect. Look how you looking all sexy up in the pic, girl. Yeah, hit me up. And the chicks they're reading the comments and they may put like a like or heart, but you're not gonna get no crack at them whatsoever because. And I'm gonna tell you about how. And then these chicks, I'm gonna tell you. The weirdo guys. I just basically did the impression of the weirdo guys that be in these comment sections. They're a bunch of weirdos. And the chicks, right? The chicks. Here's how they're out in public. They go out in public, right? And again, they're like turtles in public. They're turtles. They're hermits. Like they're very social. They're social media social, but in real life, they're antisocial in real life. Like they're the shyest, most quietest, most unambitious. They have no ambition. They have no life. A lot of the times, they have no jobs. And what they do is they go to their local 99-cent store, right? The local 99-cent where they shop at, where they buy their food, wherever they go. And they may see a guy that they're attracted to, and they look at the guy. Oh, he's not gonna. Oh, please come speak to me. Please say something to me. Come flirt with me. Say something to me. Come flirt, please. Oh, please say something. And the guy walk right past her. Don't even notice her. So she says, okay, I'll fix you. You know what I'll do? I'll fix you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go on my social media. I'm going to go on my Instagram. I'm going to go on my Facebook. I'm going to my Facebook. I'm going to go on my social media, my Instagram, and I'm going to post a bunch of pics. And I'm going to take a bunch of headshots. I'm going to put a bunch of filters in my headshots. I'm going to do filters. And then these guys are going to get my comment section. I'm going to get a whole bunch of likes, and they're going to love me for regardless what you guys say. And then that's what they go in there. They go, they go hermit up somewhere. They go hermit up in their shells because they're shy, have no life, they have no charisma whatsoever. You see what I mean? So I had to vent that. I hope you chicks are offended by it. I really do. I hope you're offended for real, because it's very annoying, and I can't even tell you how many friend requests that I've accepted, how many females I've been deleting, that when I go to my pictures, I mean, when I go to my Facebook, I look, they blasting a million pictures, delete real quick, real quick. So definitely had to, touch bases on that topic. Definitely have to touch bases on that. And, pretty much done with that topic. Now, with that being said, here's my other topic I want to talk about. We're going to talk about religion for a quick second, right? Now, here's the thing. Religion is a touchy subject. It's very touchy. So what I mean by religion, I'm not saying like, okay, I'm not here to diss anybody's religion. I'm not here to bash anybody's religion. I'm not speaking on it to, I'm not speaking on this to, debate anybody's religion or who's right and who's wrong, whatever, and everything. I'm not here for all that. I'm just going to give my opinion on, people who try to push their religion on you. And see, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, I'm not going to debate you. I'm not going to rebuttal you, because here's the thing, right? If you debate somebody, and most people in their religions, like they're steadfast, hardcore. And if you debate them and find out that you're telling the truth, they're still going to stick with their religion. A lot of times people don't want to admit being wrong about stuff. So they're going to stick to what they're going to stick to anyway. You see what I mean? So like, let's say, again, I believe in Jesus, I have straight up, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, again, I'm not going to, sit here and debate the next person who's in Buddha, like the Buddhist and everything else, whatever it is you believe in, right? Because, okay, let me give you some odd years ago. I was, and like these people, they, when they attack you with their religion and everything, and I'm gonna give you a story, and I feel so bad about this. I feel bad about it, but I'm gonna tell you something I did. But before I tell you that, let me say this. You have people who are like Muslims, people who are Christians, people in the Catholicism. I guess Catholicism is under the Christian card or whatever, I guess. You have these people who are like, the 5%ers and different religions and origins and etc. And they'll debate you up and down about, the religion being right and wrong. Then the Mormons, you have those. And, the thing is, like, I don't, whatever, if it's going to make you a better person, just go for it, man. I mean, just do what makes you happy, but just don't push it on me. Like, I'm not the type, like, don't push your beliefs on me. Like, I'll hear you, but don't try to convert me. Like, I mean, really, so, and a lot of people like, okay, like my mom, for example, I love my mom's whatever, but she's a super strong Christian and everything else, a little on the maniacal side, a little bit, but everybody have somebody crazy in their family, people who lack some type of, who missing a few screws up there, whatever. So I'm gonna say this, God bless moms, whatever. I don't, whatever. But, some odd years ago, I'm gonna share this with you guys. And I'm gonna share the other thing also with you guys. Some odd years ago, this could have been like, 5-6 years ago. However, I was, at my mom's joint. I was in my mom's spot, and, I was asleep. She was asleep. So, and my mom is a black chick, an older black lady, whatever. So the thing is, a lot, black people are known for being real spiritual, and, again, I don't diss anybody, whatever, but like, I'm not the type to, like, I have to be proven to me. Like, I have to see it to believe it. Like, I mean, even though you don't believe everything you see and read, but I have to be convinced. Like, me personally, I got to see it with my eyes to believe it. So anyway, she wakes up. I guess she was having a nightmare, and then she was like, wake up. Oh, there's demons in here. Demons this, demons that. I rebuke you, demons and everything. Get out of here, demons. Get out of here. Like, that's the type of person she was, right? If she is, or whatever. So I wake up, right? I'm like, what's going on? So she's seeing all kind of demons. I'm like, what's happening? Demons, where are they? You know what I mean? So I just say, Mom, what the demons look like? Did they look like the Green Goblin? Or did they look like, how the Green Goblin from Spider-Man, did they look like him? Did they look like, I don't know. Look, what they look like? Did they look like gnomes, or what? I mean, what color were they? Purple? Were they orange? Like, what color were these demons? I mean, were they tall? Were they short? Like, so I turned the light on. Like, where the demons at? Demons, where are you? You see what I mean? Like, I mean, I want to see. Show me. You see, so, you know, I don't doubt nobody. I really don't. But I mean, if whoever you are, if you tell me you're seeing demons, you're around me, I would show them to me. Like, I want to see them. Like, what do they? Again, I want to know what they look like, how tall they are. Do they have pitchforks? Do they have like, well, you know the cliche demons that we see on drawings. You know, like, you know the Satan. You see with the pitchfork, he's red with the tail, look like a mentor. Does the demon like a mentor? Like, I want to know. So I was asking Mom with all these questions. I'm like, Mom, so did he have a pitchfork? Did he have horns? Like, what did he look like? Did the demon, were they shooting out fire? Like, did they like were they making like all kind of? Did they sound like gargoyles? Like, did they like gargoyles? I mean, what they look like? I mean, I'm curious. Show me. You see what I mean? So, basically, you know, whatever, man, whatever. Cause you have a bunch of people that are very superstitious about stuff and what they saying and all this, whatever. You see what I mean? Just, I gotta, for me to believe, like, I'm gonna tell you this. If I sit here and tell you, I'm talking about me, Zach Morrison. If I tell you that, oh man, demons, if I'm yelling at some demons to get out of here, you best believe I seen them. Like, I've actually seen it with my eyes. You see what I mean? So, yeah, straight up. So, and I'm going to give you a description. Oh yeah, this demon, he had like, yeah, he was purple. Yeah, he was definitely purple. You know, he was, he had like a Doink the Clown. He had a Doink the Clown, nose. You know, it was red. It was red. He looked like he had a tail, but it was more like it looked like a squirrel kind of fluffy kind of tail. You know, I'm going to describe him straight up. You see what I mean? So, I definitely, with that being said, I'm going to share a story with you that I'm not so proud about, you know what I mean? But again, we learn as we get older. Some odd years ago, I lived in Lansing, Michigan. And you have Jehovah's Witnesses. The Jehovah's Witnesses, they come by, you know, I'm sure everybody dealt with them, the Jehovah's Witnesses, to come by people's houses and everything else and, you know, knocking on their doors. At the time, it was snowing. So, you know, we would, you know, we said, you know what, think these old ladies come by. I was at my boy Trevor's house. I was at Trevor's house, and Trevor, what's up? If you listen to this, whatever. Anyway, I was at his place, and we came up with this plan. So if they come knock on the door, we're going to just bomb them with snowballs. We're just going to bomb them. So, they came, you know, they was on the sidewalk, and you know, if you know what a house in a neighborhood looked like, that it was a pretty decent neighborhood in Lansing, Michigan. This was off of Denora and Mount Hope is the street it was off of in Lansing, Michigan. And so you know, you have the sidewalk, and on the sidewalk, you know, you can walk up the you know where the lawn is at, whatever the lawn, and there's a walkway going towards the steps to the house. So we said we got to get them. We seen them coming, so we had on the side of the house. So we said, okay, we got to get them. We got to get them to come up to the porch so that way we can bomb them. And again, mind you, I'm a kid. I didn't know any better. You see what I mean? I could have been like no older than like 13, maybe, whatever. So they was like, he said, yeah, come up, you know, Trevor's sister, you know, I believe her name, I forgot her name. Anyway, Denise, her name was Denise. Denise said, she said, okay, well, yeah, come closer, you know, tell us more, you know, interested. Like, and they were like, really? You're interested? Okay, yeah, let's, the good glory of God. Let me show you. Okay, yeah, let me tell you. So they're ready to share. So once they got like to the porch, we just started bombing them. We bombed them, and, you know, like, witness this, bam, bombed them like real. I mean, you know, they were just like, you know, stuff, rosaries, everything flying all over the place. It was bananas. It was crazy. So, we felt good about it and everything else. But, you know, here's the thing though. This is the first time I've actually shared this with anybody. So I'm glad I'm actually sharing this. And this has to do with religion. Like, he went from talking about religion to bombing, Jehovah's Witnesses. Really, dude? What the has to do with religion? So anyway, we set them up again, but they were ready for us this time. They were ready for us. So we was at my other friend Tyrone's place, and we said we're gonna this time, yeah, for sure. So they said, yeah, come up, you know. So we had them come up to the porch, and they knew the spill this time. They said, okay. We started bombing them again. But they came out like maybe 20 deep, 20, 30 deep and start bombing us back. Jehovah's Witnesses though. So we're having a big snowball fight and everything else. But I mean, we lost because they outnumbered us. So we like run over, and that's what we get. We deserve what we got. So, that's pretty much what I have to say about religion, I guess. Again, oh yeah, that was crazy. They bombed us. I mean, I got bombed so much that my whole face was like blue. Like my face was numb. It was crazy. But it was fun. When I think back about it, I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So, the thing is, whatever your religion is, here's my advice to people who are excessively religious. Don't push your, let people go on their own accord. Like let them decide on, don't like force it on anybody. And you know what? I'm going to tell you one last thing I want to say about this. And I'm sure for those of you that went to any churches before, that ever been any churches in any community for that matter, here's what happens, right? Like people invite you, oh, why don't you come to my church? My church this, my church. You go to the church, okay, fine, whatever. Like, and the thing is, it weren't your idea. Maybe it's some chick you're trying to bang, or maybe it's just like, maybe you're trying to, maybe you need this person for some whatever reason, and they invite you to their church. You're like, what, screw it. Maybe it's over a job or whatever. You say, okay, whatever, because you never invite yourself. You never say, oh, you go to church? Well, may I come to your church with you? Make me mind invite. Like, you're not going to invite yourself. You're not going to ask to go to church. So naturally, and they know this. They know you're not going to ask. So what they're going to do? They're going to invite you. They're going to invite you to their church. Oh, why don't you come to my church? And you're like, screw it. Okay, cool. You go to the church, right? So you're visiting the church. You listen to the sermon and the preaching, whatever. But here's the thing. And some churches take like about 3-4 offerings and everything else. Whatever. That's a whole nother subject matter. But here's a kicker, right? And I'm sure all you guys went through this. Even I can't even tell how many times I went through it. What happens is this. They have, at the end they have what's called an altar call, right? And they say, is there anybody who want to be saved? Is there one? I'm sure there's somebody in here, God laid it on my heart. And here, this is a person who got done preaching. He's got done preaching. He's an altar call. And you're new. You're like a guest there. Now you're feeling awkward. You're feeling awkward and bizarre. Like, oh my gosh, I hope he get this part over. I hope he get this part of service over with. And he's going on forever. Like, he's not going to stop till somebody come up there. And you're new. You're the new guy. Or you're the new chick. So, is there one? I'm sure there's somebody here and then his congregation, his audience that God laid on my heart to come up here and get baptized. And is there one? Somebody come up, someone stand up, come up here. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. God's going to bless you and he's preaching to you, and you're looking like, oh my gosh, can you hurry this up? I'm ready to go already. And they go on and they do it nonstop. Right. So yeah. But I'm going to tell you that actually happened to me. I'm going to share this one last thing about that. And then I'm going to, switch the subject matter, but yeah, that actually happened to me. And I'm going to give you, I went to visit I have family out in Seattle, Washington. I love my family and everything else. And my cousin, she went to this church. It was a massively huge church, very nice church at the time, very nice church. And mind you, I was still living in Los Angeles. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, but I was out there visiting. I was visiting my family from Los Angeles. This could have been like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it may have been. Visiting some family out in Seattle. So as I was visiting, went to the church, and so like I'm telling you, he said, is there somebody here? Mind you, my cousin Brittany and myself and her boyfriend at the time, it was our first time going there. Like, that was our first time ever. We were just supporting our cousin who was in a choir. Our cousin was in a choir at the time, and we were supporting her. So as we were supporting her, we just showed up just to, she invited us to the church naturally. You see what I mean? So she said, I'm singing in the choir. You might come watch me in the choir. Please, I need the support. I need all the support. And okay, I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever, screw it, we go. So it's us three. So after she sing, whatever, she comes to sit next to us. We said, screw it, we don't want to leave the service because, it feel awkward and whatever. So we said, we're going to wait till get over and get out of here. Okay, cool. We decided it. So we're the preacher, whatever, he does the altar call. Is there one? God laid on my heart that there's 3 people in here that need to stand up in front of this massive congregation of thousands of people. just he's landing on my heart. There's 3 people here. And he wasn't going to stop. Obviously, he knew we were new. Obviously, we knew we've never been in our lives. So my cousin Brittany, she stands up. Her and her fiance stand up. So I'm clapping like, okay, cool. I'm clapping. I'm like, oh yeah, somebody stood up. Okay, cool. That took no skin off my back. So I'm like, man, I'm glad that's over with. So they leave. Like they leave to go up in front of this massive congregation. So then my cousin Brittany, right? She comes back to the seat, like she's almost up to the front of this massive church. I'm like, man, they got hard for that. They got a crazy heart. Man, I want to see how this plays out. So I'm like, you might as well give me popcorn because I'm about to watch the rest of this, right? So my cousin Brittany, okay, first her fiance's up there. He's in front of the church getting clapped for already. But when she was ready to go up there, she stopped when she was almost to the front of the church. And she comes back. I said, would she forget something? She forgot her purse? Or what did she forget? Like, why is she coming back to the seat? Or whatever. So you know what she does? She grabs me. So I'm like, oh, heck no. She grabs me. So now all 3 of us in front of this massively huge church. So we have to tell our stories. Oh, wow, you got all 3 decide to be saved. Oh, my gosh. And I'm like, yeah. So they talk to them too. They talk to me. I'm like, yeah, hey, I'm Zach Morrison. I'm out here from Los Angeles. I don't live here, but everybody clapping. Oh my gosh, So they take us to the back of the church. I'm like, oh wow, how cool is this? Yay, So we go to the back of the church, right? We go to the back of this church, and again, this is a really big, huge, nice church. It really is. So, we go to the back of the church, and they hand us an application. I'm like, what application? What is it? A job interview? Like, is it a corporation? Is it a church or a corporation? So I'm filling out an application and everything. I'm like, what is this? Like, how am I supposed to, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to put on the application. I'm like, I didn't even want to do this. I'm like, whatever. I filled out the application. I'm thinking, am I going to get hired or what's the deal? Anyway, so yeah, filled it out and everything else and whatever. And it was over with. It was a definitely interesting experience is what it was. Glad it's over with. So that's pretty much my experience with religion, man. That's just some of my experience with religion, I gotta say. So now that I discussed that topic, I'm gonna switch the topic to something different. Something else all you guys can relate to. Something else. This is people that borrows money, right? And again, real talk with VladBrad. Real talk. That's the name of this. Real talk. In case you're going, what is the subject matter? What is it? Real talk. I'm just talking about different subject matter that I feel as though they need to be discussed. Real talk with VladBrad is what this is. So in case you didn't know, now you know. Real talk with VladBrad. Anyway, people who borrow money from you. We all have had it. Some of you've done it. But I'm gonna tell you, here's. I'm not gonna touch on this for a long time, but I'm definitely gonna touch on it for some time. People who borrow money, right? Here's what they do. Especially you have your friends, either it's a friend, family member, or whoever, co-worker, whatever it may be. They borrow the money from you, but this is what they do, right? They'll blow your phone up. You get all kind of missed calls and everything else. You look in voicemails, texts, and they say, you let me borrow $50. I mean, I'll have it back to you such a time. And you're like, okay, wow, they do what they do to people who borrow this money. They go above and beyond to reach you. They put in so much energy. They put in so much energy to borrow this money from you. But when it comes time to pay back, where was that energy? Like, you notice they don't hit you up. They don't blow your phone up. They don't hit you up. They don't text you a bunch, trying to pay you your money back. Oh, hey, I'm trying to pay your money back. But they do all that energy. They exert all that energy trying to borrow the money from you. So yeah, real talk of VladBrad. Anyway, so here's my question I have for you people who borrow money. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's times when, sometimes we fall short. We need to borrow the money. But here's the thing, right? For those who put in the energy to borrow money, my question is this. Why don't you use that same energy? Why don't you use that same energy to pay the money back? You see what I mean? The same energy, the effort that you put into borrowing the money, like when it comes time to pay back, you don't hear nothing from them. Like it's like, you're hearing crickets. Like you don't hear nothing from these people. Like you're waiting for them. You're like, okay, you say you're going to pay them like this day. Here's the day now. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? But here's the thing as well. I feel like you pay people out of your life. Like you pay them you pay them to get them out of your life. You know, because if somebody borrow money from you and they don't pay you back, that's just like you saying, okay, you paid whatever it was they borrowed from you. Don't even ask for it back. If they don't pay it back, screw it. Just don't deal with the person anymore. That's my advice to people. Don't deal with them. So shame on them. It's shame on them. The fact they borrowed the money from you, didn't pay it back. Shame on them. Shame on them. However, you have a lot of idiots to do this. Obviously, this person borrowed money from you already. Didn't pay back the first time. They'll call you back again. They call you back. And the thing is, if you let them borrow more money, then it's shame on you. Shame on you. First, it's shame on that person. Shame on you. Shame on me. Shame on you. Shame on me. Like if I let somebody borrow money from me again after they didn't pay me back the first time, shame on me. I'm an idiot for that. You see what I mean? So have common sense, man. Don't let people, borrow money from you more than once if they didn't pay back the first time. Like, you use common sense. Whatever it is that you've been smoking or snorting, whatever. I mean, basically just fall back on that. You know, whatever. But maybe, whatever. If you're going to smoke anything, let it be King Cannabis. Sit back and chillax. You see what I mean? And just whatever. And just enjoy your day, your afternoon, whatever it is. That's what I would suggest. Anyway, yeah, shout out to King Cannabis for the sponsor. Definitely shout out to them. Go check them out in your area. You know how that goes. Anyway, I'm done with that subject matter, whatever, in the time being. Now, this specific subject matter I want to talk about right now is something controversial. Something that I feel that should be addressed in a black community, I guess. But not just in a black community, but just in the community, period. In communities, period, I would say. But specifically the black community, because this has something to do with like black people, whatever. We're going to talk about the N-word. The N-word, right? Okay, here's how. First, based on my knowledge, I researched it. It was a word that was created as derogatory towards black people as a racial slur initially. However, the word was taken and, black people took the word and made it positive, like made it as a term of endearment amongst other black people. It was a word that it was, I can't tell you the origin of terms of what area that the word started in that made it a term of endearment. I can't tell you exactly what hood or whoever made it in the term of endearment. Like I can't tell you that, but I can tell you it definitely was somewhere in some urban communities, ghettos, if you will, that turned it into a term of endearment amongst other black people. And it was a word used like, a word used from one black man to another black man or a black female to another black female, whatever, as a term of endearment. However, see me, I'm half black and everything else. So me using a word, I feel kind of awkward, even myself using it. You know what I mean? So I honestly think no one should use it, period. Whether you're black, whatever. I don't think it should be used anyway, period. However, if the word has to be used, I think it should stay in the black community. I think it should stay being used amongst other blacks, amongst other, from one black to another black. But here's the thing, right? Nowadays, I guess, with black culture is trendy, whatever, amongst, other people who are not black. So here's what I have to say to you people who aren't black that use the N-word. I don't care if you're Mexican. I don't care if you're white, whatever. I'm talking to anybody Hispanic. By Hispanic, I'm talking about, if you're not black, I'm talking about people who aren't black, but especially Mexicans and whites, people who aren't black, period, that use it. You should not be using that word. And here's the thing, right? Like, I'm the coolest guy in the world. I'm the coolest dude in the world. I mean, really. But if you come up to me and you're not black and you talk, oh, what's up, my nigga? You come at me like that, I'm going to punch you dead in your freaking face as hard as I could. You see what I mean? That's how I feel about it. Like, don't come at me like that. You see? But if you're a black man, you come in like that, I'm like, okay, yo, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? It's all good. Because again, that's a word that is only, in my particular, for me, I think that's a word that should only be used amongst other blacks. You know what I mean? Blacks on other blacks. That's just what it is. You see? Here's how I feel about that also. If people want to use words, I think people should create their own words that should be used only amongst themselves, nationalities, whatever. That terms of endearment. Don't rip off somebody else's word that will, don't do that, especially if you're white. I mean, I don't condone nobody using it really. Again, especially, if you really, just no. I just think it's tacky. And, I think that, I feel as though that, it's very degrading hearing somebody else say it that's not black, especially to somebody that's black. And I'm gonna say this: living in Los Angeles, right? But you have these, and I'm keeping it so raw. Real talk, and Zach Morrison, straight up, real talk. You have these, a lot of black people getting soft. They're getting weak because they let people who are not black use a word in front of them. You see what I mean? They let them say, "Oh, I don't care, so I don't care." You see what I mean? But the thing about it is this: you should care. You should. But the thing about it is, and this is coming from me saying it's somebody like me. If I feel this way, I mean, come on, dude. Like, I feel awkward saying it, and like, again, I'm not even full black. So imagine somebody who's full black. You should really be offended if I am. You see what I mean? And I feel awkward saying it. So if somebody who's not black at all saying it, imagine how they should feel. You see what I mean? So, I think that, if you're not black, don't use that word. Don't. You see? Also, here's the thing, like, living in Los Angeles, right? I go to the deepest, darkest parts of Watts, California. I've been there a few times. And you dealing with, like, they look at me like I'm some white dude. Like, coming up in there and looking at me awkward. I'm like, whoa. So, you see what I mean? And you for sure can't do that around them. I can't even do it around them. You see what I mean? So it's like, in some parts, some people it's just like, how can I say, like, LA is a deeply rooted place to a certain degree when it comes to stuff like that. And these other places just went soft, whatever, to a certain degree. But, I just think it's not. I know what you're thinking. Okay, what about those who are in black gangs? What about people who aren't black that are in black gangs? And what about them? Same goes for them. You shouldn't use it. Like, you shouldn't use. Period. You could be in a black gang all you want, but if you're not black, don't use that word. I just think that, what that is, you're denouncing your own culture. Is what that is. Like, whatever your culture is, like, that's like saying you don't care for your own culture. You see what I mean? Like, that's what you're saying, so I feel as though that you should have some discretion about yourself. Don't be a follower. And I feel like you're spitting on your ancestry. You're spitting on your real ancestry, whatever your denomination is, wherever nationality. If it's not black and you call yourself using the N word, trying to act what your perception of what black is, you're spitting on your culture. You're spitting on your heritage, your family heritage, or whatever. That's how I feel about it. Speaking of that, time for the trendy topic I said I was going to talk about from the beginning. Trendy topic. Speaking of people using the N-word that's not black, let's talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Wow, man. Wow. See, the kid has talent, man. That kid has talent. You have these lame mumble rappers out there, and I'm not the biggest Tekashi 6ix9ine fan. I'm really not. But you can't deny if somebody has talent or not. Regardless how you feel about them, you can't deny their talent. So, Treyway, but however that goes. Anyway, I'm sure if you have been living under a rock somewhere again, if you've been kind of keeping up with social media, he just took a plea deal. He just took a deal. He pled guilty to 9 counts. Wow. Here's the thing about that, right? I'm going to give you guys my opinion on that and how I feel about it. This dude pled guilty to 9 counts of federal charges, and he told on a bunch of people. But the thing is, people try to warn him, give him advice prior to him getting locked up. And, he didn't take anybody's advice. And the government is crooked anyway. Like, I honestly think he wasn't guilty of any of them charges. I don't. But he was hanging around people who were guilty or whatever. And he admitted to some stuff. Honestly, he admitted to it. But, the stuff, I believe he was guilty of the stuff he admitted to, but other than what he didn't admit to, I don't think he was guilty of it. I mean, he really wasn't no street dude at all, really. I mean, at all. It's not just really, he wasn't a street dude, period. But, he was chasing clout. He just dealt with the wrong people, made a ton of money, and it got to his head, and he was moving too fast. What he was doing, he was moving too fast, and it caught up with him. Is what happened. But from what I understand, he he pled out guilty for and told on people simply he can get a better deal. So he wouldn't have to do a bunch of time, because the Fed time and state time is different. So if you get federal life, Fed life is like life versus state life. Like when you go to the state and then you like in state jail or whatever, you catch a state case, you get life. You could possibly get parole. Say life with the possibility of parole after such and such amount of years. You go before a parole board and all that. With the feds, not happening. You get life, that's life. Done deal. It's a wrap. You see what I mean? So the feds is definitely different from the state. So I mean, I can imagine what he was going through. And again, he was a talented rapper, man. I mean, in terms of his beats was catchy. He had some lyrics about him. He wasn't a mumble rapper. And I think the rap game actually needed that kid. They needed him. I mean, he was beefing with people. I mean, I feel kind of bad for the dude. I honestly do, man. But and they say, you could call a dude a snitch and everything else. And I mean, I don't condone snitching on nobody. I really don't, man. Especially, I don't want to, these police are crooked. It's not, it's called snitching because people, here's why it's called snitching now, because people know how crooked the cops are. Cops are crooked. You're not helping at all by telling on nobody with these cops, because they're going to take what you said and they're going to blow it up and add more to it, and they're going to go berserks with it. You see what I mean? They're going to lie. I mean, I was in a situation before and I went to court, and I'm going to go back to Takashi. I'm going to tell you my situation. One time I was in court for something, and I had a lawyer at the time, and the lawyer said, look, don't say nothing. And I was so naive back then. I was so naive. He said, allegedly it was supposed to have been like a burglary, allegedly, right? So at the time, he said, okay, that guy, he's going to get up on a stand and he was a fingerprint analyst. The guy was a fingerprint analyst, and he worked for the Los Angeles Police Department. He was a big Italian looking guy, and this is a true, God is my witness, this actually happened. So this is what he did to me, right? Let me tell you what he did. He got up there, and I said, wait a minute, like I never even seen a house. Some alleged house folks that got burglarized. I never even been on the street. But they needed a suspect. And you say, okay, how'd you get wrapped up in it? Well, some odd time ago, I went and took a camera to the pawn shop. I pawned the camera when I was younger. Pawned the camera, and the camera was reported stolen. And they needed somebody to pin it on. But I got the camera off the street, So they said, okay, he must have been the one to burglarize the place. He had to have been him. He don't want the camera. So, they showed some houses, I'm like, what? I've never even seen that area. Never seen it in my life at the time. So, but my lawyer said, okay. I said, okay. That's a fingerprint on this? Okay, bet. I'm good. He's for sure going to say it wasn't me because, he analyzed fingerprints. That's what he does. And they had just took my fingerprints. They took my fingerprints, like maybe 20 minutes before for the man getting up on the stand, right? Their fingerprint. So they didn't go straight to the point. They didn't ask them. They didn't go straight to the point. They asked him a bunch of questions. So, how long? He said, yeah, I've been working with the LAPD for 30 years, and I've been a fingerprint analysis for such a son of years. And I went to this school, I did that for it, and everything else. And so, yeah, he talked about all his credentials and everything else from doing fingerprints. I said, "Well, get over it, so he can tell him it's not me already." Anyway, long story short, on that end, they finally asked him a question. I said, "Okay, the fingerprints that you found on the windowsill, who?" He said, "Okay, I analyzed the fingerprints." That I found on the windowsill, and they matched the defendant right there. He pointed at me. I said, "What?" Straight up lied on me, pointed me out and lied. I said, "What?" I was so mad. One thing, I'm gonna tell you this. I mean, I got too much sense. Like, I got too much common sense. For one thing, I'm not gonna rob nobody's house anyway. For one. For two, even if I did to decide to do some bullcrap like that, I'm going to use gloves. You know what I mean? You think I'm being stupid enough to go put my hands on somebody's window? Oh, really? But this dude came to court and lied and pointed me out, though. Came to court and pointed his hand and yeah, the prints match the defendant sitting right there. It's like, what? Just like my attorney say, "Yep, told you." He got up there and straight lied. I was like, wow. But this is, you know what? And, oh my God. So I know how crooked these, right then and there, I knew cops was crooked. That's what taught me, okay, these cops is crooked. You see what I mean? Right then and there. But it's safe to say that I was proven innocent. I was proven innocent. You see what I mean? Because the people came to court and they looked, so we never see him a day in our life. And they had camera footage. They had footage. And they seen the idiot on the footage. They had the footage of the guy. You see what I mean? And, I'm not going to go into detail about the dude, whatever, but basically they knew for a fact that wasn't me. But what about the footage? What about the fingerprints you found? You just said they were mine. What about that? You see what I mean? Straight lied, man. Anyway, so maybe I'll talk about more about that on another podcast, but I'm just giving you my experience with these crooked cops. Anyway, back to the subject matter, Tekashi 6ix9ine. So whoever he told on, I personally believe in my heart that he shouldn't have said nothing to nobody. He shouldn't have told them cops nothing. He should have had a heart of steel, straight up. They can't, I mean, they didn't really have a whole lot of proof like that. I hope to really be convicting them, for to understand. They basically had what, I mean, they have I stand corrected. They did have tap phones and everything else, tap conversations. But if he had, from what I understand, he had action at beating some of it. He had action. He didn't have to do what he did. But here's a catch-22 to that. I guess the dude, Shotty, whatever his name was having sex with Tekashi 6ix9ine's baby moms. So him and a few other guys were like sleeping with her. So, and I think that what my personal belief, I believe that Tekashi, out of spite, out of getting revenge, I think that's why he told on them dudes. He said, "Okay, you gonna sleep with my baby mom? I'm gonna tell on you guys." I think that's why he did it. You see what I mean? But that go to show you, man, you gotta know who your real friends are. Definitely gotta know who your real friends are. So, but that's the moral of the story with that. Also, I believe that he gets sentenced in 2020. That's when he gets sentenced. And I'm guessing that they're probably going to either give the man probation, this kid probation, because he's really a kid, really. They're going to either give him that or like they're going to somehow let him out for that. I mean, but the fact he told on them people, I mean, he'd be probably better off just standing there, really. But I mean, this kid got a daughter. He got, he got a family, man. Like, you shouldn't get yourself in that kind of situation, bro. Like, I hope people learn from that, just in general. So, real talking VladBrad. I've been talking to you guys for like an hour now, so you know how it goes going towards the end with these things. When you do your podcast or whatever it is you're doing, when you come towards the end, you definitely do all your social media stuff and everything else. So there's gonna be no exception here. Follow me at Facebook, Zach Morrison. Scope me out right here, KBLP LLC. the number one podcast in the game. Check out the other podcasters as well. They got some pretty sick content. I mean, it's really a really nice put together group of podcasters with a bunch of talent. Definitely scope them out as well. What else? Follow me. Follow me at on Instagram at Vlad_world_1, I believe it is. That's my Instagram. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for rocking out with me. Doing it again real soon again. With that being said, I am gone.